We're going to get into Aljamain Sterling's reaction. Or I guess I should say his evolution of reaction.
Sure.
The night of his championship win. Because he went from throwing the title essentially in the cage
and
to
crying about it.
And crying. And then I'm the fucking champ on Twitter. And then I'm trying to make a fight happen with Henry Cejudo. Like, what the fuck is it?
Yeah. And I also read somewhere, I forget, it was on Instagram, I think it was on ESPN MMA. He stated that he wouldn't be opposed to the UFC not doing the Piotr Jan rematch.
How do you go from I'm crying to it can't end like that to I don't want anything now to do with what happened?
Yeah, I don't want it to end like that. Super disappointed, super emotional. Also, wasn't as hurt as he was leading on to be, right? I still, if you watch the post-fight show, I talk about him being that 5-year-old, whatever, that scrapes his knee, sees his mom, gets really hurt all of a sudden, and then trying to get that reaction because I wasn't faulting him for not continuing.
It's not the fact that he couldn't continue,
No, or that he didn't continue. It was his flop.
Yeah, we see it in soccer / football all the time,
and basketball and all those things, all those non-contact sports where they're like, oh, he touched me. He did get hit. He did get cracked. He was not as hurt as he was leading on to believe. He was that 5-year-old egging the mom on to get the reaction, and he got the reaction that he needed. But you can't be that type of hypocrite where you're just going like, oh, I don't want the belt, I don't want anything to do with it, and then like you said, I don't know, how did he go? I started watching his podcast. It just popped up on my YouTube feed because we've been talking about Aljamain Sterling. So Big Brother popped up, like, oh, nice, you want to watch his podcast now? So I turned it on just to see, and he had his belt displayed on his coffee table, proud. And then he started talking about whatever I got like 30 seconds in because it was just like, DC said it like really great. He was like, I've been in his exact situation. When John Jones knocked me out, they gave me the title because he popped for steroids. He's like, I didn't flaunt it. I didn't take pictures. I didn't want it for press. They made me hold it for press, and I didn't hold it over my shoulder. I held it low. And he's like, and then what did I say after I won the title? He's like, I felt like this was a vacant belt. I didn't feel like I was the champion. But now that I won tonight, I actually feel like I'm the legitimate champion. And I feel like that's what Aljo should be doing. Not that I want to be shooting on anyone. Like, I can't tell anyone how to be or what to do.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is not a good look. It doesn't feel genuine. Which part of you was genuine?
Yeah.
All of it feels
like
fake now from here on out. It all feels fake now. So it's hard to be a fan and root for you. Not that you, like, I hate this guy or, whatever. It's nothing like that. Like, I love watching a fight, but it's just like, what's the end game? What was the point of all this?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I want to hear what you have to say because I'm more confused than anything.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely taken back by his reaction because, like you said, it all just feels fake now. Like, what part of it was real? It doesn't seem like your reaction to getting hit was real. It doesn't seem like your reaction to getting the belt was real. And now, after the fact, you're not carrying yourself how we can take you, like, seriously.
I know.
So I'm not against you got the title, cool. Like Ariel. I don't want to sound like I'm saying what Ariel is saying because I was watching the same podcast earlier that you were. He was saying like I'm cool with you celebrating like behind the scenes, and I'm cool with that. Yeah, like it's cool, man. Like I mean it sucks the way it happened, but you got the belt, you won, you showed up, blah blah blah. We always make fun, but at the end of the day, it was illegal. He paid for it, and how did he pay for it? He paid it with with the belt. Go celebrate with your friends, with your family, behind the scenes. Yeah, shit, we got the belt. But don't fucking throw the belt in the fucking cage and act like, oh, shit, I'm so embarrassed and disgraced by how this happened. And then now, like, oh, shit, I'm, like, the proudest motherfucker ever. Like, you're absolutely right on that one, man.
And it leaves a weird taste with the whole Triple C Henry Cejudo thing.
Oh, like, my God, dude. That's so fucking cringe, dude. That was like some WWE back Twitter shit, dude.
That was really bad. That was one of the worst things I've seen. Like, I expected that from Henry. Right? That's just what he does. King of cringe, son. We love Henry for that.
But like King of cringe, dude.
But like Aljo, like seriously, like it just what, like, you have to do the rematch. You were losing on the scorecards. It was a DQ, miscommunication of rules or whatever, officiating, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it's just one of those fights that, like, Aljo continued, and then they took a point, and then the fight continued how the fight went, and then like they went to a decision. It would have probably been a majority draw, which means they would have had to run it back anyway. I know that's all hearsay, and like that's not what happened. What actually happened was the illegal knee disqualification for the champ, and that's the first time it's ever happened in UFC history. But don't you not like there's ever a have to situation in any title fight?
But
rematch,
if there was a situation
whatever.
to do it, wouldn't a tainted victory be like one of the times where you would want to run it back like that?
Sure. Like, right, like, do you think like he's just trying to avoid it because once he felt Jan's power or Jan's whatever? Not to say he's scared, because I would never say that a fighter is scared because they step in the cage to actually fight. But
I mean, there's a difference between being scared and still,
and like not and still knowing like, oh shit, like maybe like he's better than me or whatever the fuck, or maybe he just has that, like, you know, like if everyone who fights Habib, they're like, oh, I can beat him until they actually go in there. And they're like, oh shit, they're like, maybe I can't. And maybe Jan was like that for Aljo. Who knows? Who knows?
What we say is, you know, is right, is the best. We're the
best. It is right. It is the best.
We are the best. We made the weight. We showed up.
We are the best.
We're on camera, so we're champs. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Okay.